No dirt sheets had reported it, but minutes before it happened, I tweeted out, Shane fucking McMahon is in the building. People questioned me. People doubted me. And then it happened.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
How did something of such magnitude slip through the dirt sheets? How did nobody report it? How did WWE pull off one of the biggest surprise returns in history? Why was it so magical? I've joked about it for the past couple months that Shane McMahon would come back. I didn't think it would be here. I didn't think it would be yesterday for sure. I knew Shane would come back at some point, and I've constantly over the last 3 months been posting Shane McMahon's theme song on my Twitter if you saw it. And then it happened. And then Shane McMahon comes out on Monday Night Raw during the presentation of the Vincent J. Kennedy McMahon Legacy of Excellence Award, and it couldn't have been better. I about cried. Shane McMahon's theme song, even though I don't post it, I do play My Career in my own time. And Saturday I went through and played like 6 hours of My Career, recorded it all. I probably will never post it because I start and stop things. But here comes the money. The song I've been waiting for so many years. It finally hit. It finally came down. I popped harder than a little kid does when he sees a girl in a bikini for the first time. Okay, that sounds kind of wrong, but truly, it brought me back to a time when I was a kid when the WWE was awesome. When you think about it in a way, Shane McMahon is the best thing that could happen when Vince McMahon said, by being creative. Now, Shane McMahon returns, and Shane McMahon basically said he's going to take over the company. He's allowed Stephanie McMahon to run the company into the hole. And because of a former obligation to the family, Shane McMahon can take over the company. So Vince McMahon sets up a match. He said, okay, you want it? You compete in one match. One match, one opponent of my choosing. And it happens. Vince McMahon instantly names at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, Texas, in front of 100,000 people, which I didn't even think they'd get 70,000, but now that Shane McMahon's back, this bitch is going to sell out faster than I did when... Okay, I haven't sold out ever. I mean, other than the time that I stopped promoting G Fuel because I started drinking Monster and I stopped taking G Fuel's free shit. And then I started paying for Monster, which sucks, but... Shane McMahon, for the first time in how many years, is back, and he looked great. He looks like he can go. He's looking like Vince. He's got the mic skills. Hell, I would dare to say Shane McMahon almost is better than Paul Heyman at promos. Almost. Seeing him live, I kind of regret not buying tickets to WrestleMania now, and I knew WWE would go big for WrestleMania. Everybody said it would suck, and I said, listen, the card on paper may not look the greatest, but they're going to put on a show. Now that Shane McMahon's back, and Vince McMahon announced his opponent at WrestleMania, you will face The Undertaker. So you're facing The Undertaker at Hell in a Cell. It's going to be inside a Hell in a Cell. Now, the first thing I tweeted out was, more than likely, and this is what I predict is going to happen, The Undertaker's going to come out, or Shane's going to be in the ring. Vince McMahon will come out, and Taker will come out. Taker will be on his side, look at Vince McMahon, cut his throat, and go to Shane's side. If The Undertaker wants to stay aligned with Vince McMahon, what better way than to have John Cena, the guy that everybody said has wrecked the company for the past 10 years, come back, defy science, join Shane McMahon's side, win back the WWE for all us fans. You have to cheer for Cena then, right? You would cheer for Cena to beat Taker, even though Taker would have his second loss and he may finish 22-2, or it may not be his last WrestleMania. Who knows? John Cena won back the WWE, took it away from the Authority. John Cena did what he had to do, right? Or what if The Undertaker joins him? Then we have a reason for Undertaker to beat John Cena, and all the fans can go crazy. His golden boy, John Cena, up against the legendary Undertaker for the first time and only time in history. I don't want him to say once in a lifetime. because that could come back to be false. It's happened before. What a way. Now, I think Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker would be perfect. It's inside a Hell in a Cell. Some people have complained it doesn't make sense because does that mean Undertaker's healed? Does that mean there's still more to the story? Stop trying to say this is going to happen or this is predictable or why is this? Does it fucking matter? Shane McMahon is back in the WWE and Shane McMahon got the biggest pop of all time. I would venture to say the Shane McMahon pop and the crowd reaction last night was hotter than Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania. I never thought Shane would get that big of a pop, but when he got that big of a pop, I said to myself, it's happening. Now, there is a couple great booking options they can have, but this is the point where the reason it was so fucking magical was because the dirt sheets didn't spoil it. If the dirt sheets had said, Shane McMahon's returning on Raw after Fastlane, we would all go, oh, that's awesome. And then when he finally came out, we would have gone, see, that was going to happen. Or if Shane McMahon didn't come out on that Raw and they saved it for the week after, we would complain that it was predictable and WWE was doing something they shouldn't. And you know what? Stop reading the dirt sheets. Now, I'm going to keep reading the dirt sheets because I am a WWE YouTuber and I'm probably going to make some videos like that. So at the end of the day, I really can't say I'm going to stop. But the biggest thing in entertainment, the biggest thing that had me popping was not knowing Shane was going to be in the building. Until I tweeted out before anybody else and before any of the other sites had said. Now, some people had said, wow, wouldn't it be crazy if Shane McMahon came back? Now, I definitively said Shane McMahon was in the building because I knew in my hearts of hearts as a booker coming into my Booking WrestleMania series, I had him returning. I did not have him returning here. I had him returning in 2 weeks when John Cena finally came back, and he came back with John Cena, so that's my fault for fucking that up. But the fact that Shane McMahon's back, the fact that they're fighting in a Hell in a Cell. Now, there's a couple different ways they can go about this. Yes, Undertaker could switch to Shane's side. John Cena could be on one side. Bray Wyatt could be on the other. Braun Strowman could be on that side. You know, he's like, you want a beast? Taker, you're switching sides, fine. I got a beast, and we get Braun Strowman. Yeah, you don't care about Braun Strowman facing Undertaker. You said for months, why the fuck would I want to see Braun Strowman versus Undertaker? It doesn't mean anything. Well, what if now the Undertaker has a reason to beat the shit out of Braun Strowman? Undertaker can beat the shit out of Braun Strowman in the match that you complained about, that you said you never wanted to see, but now, when it happens, we get Shane back on TV. It's amazing how when things just play out and you let them happen, things change, things go crazy, things become exciting for one of the best Raw of the year so far. And, you know, there was some filler content in the third hour, kind of sucked, but then the ending happened, and we'll talk about that later. But Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell makes more sense than you know. When you think about it, they can keep it slow-paced. They can protect Undertaker because you see how blown out Taker's looked in past Manias. Whether a surrogate wrestles for Shane or Shane has Undertaker wrestle for him, the thing at the end of the day, we have a story and a reason to care about WrestleMania. All the other matches on the card, I think, are going to put on some 5-star matches. There's going to be some awesome WrestleMania moments, but at the end of the day, the control of the company, getting back the man we've wanted for 7 years, well, yeah, 7 years to be back in the WWE, controlling it. We have a reason to care for WrestleMania now. We have a reason to root for somebody. We have a reason to watch. Why would we want to see Roman Reigns beat Triple H when the title's on the line and they're going to make Roman the golden boy? Well, what if Triple H beats the shit out of Roman Reigns and Triple H retains, but Shane wins, and the very next night Shane McMahon comes up to Triple H, hey champ, and he makes him fight every single week. He's no longer an executive who doesn't compete on TV. He's no longer a Brock Lesnar who goes away for months at a time. He is forced to be sent to the wolves like Triple H did to Bryan, that Triple H did to Roman. He puts him in 2-on handicap matches. He puts him in 3-on-1 matches. He puts him in 2 matches in a night and punishes Triple H for everything that he's done in the last 3 years. The stories are endless, and the stories happen because it was a surprise. Thank you, WWE. You've given me a reason to watch WrestleMania. You've given me a reason to try to hustle any way possible to get down there to see it live. Hell, I might even go to the standing section for $65 with a ticket probably. I'm so excited I can't even talk straight. Shane McMahon is back in the WWE. Don't complain. Don't whine. It doesn't matter who's facing who. At the end of the day, you have a reason to watch WrestleMania. And that's not something we've had in a long time.